All the cool kids are on Pinterest Stories. Yeah, that's right. Pinterest has a new feature out, Pinterest Stories. Just like Instagram Stories or Facebook Stories, Pinterest Stories is very similar and yet takes its own spin on things. So let's talk real quick. Do you need to be on Pinterest Stories? Well, my first question for you is, are you on Pinterest? If your answer to that is yes, then yes, you need to be on Pinterest Stories. It is technically in beta right now, so you might not have access to it on your account. But if you do, then by all means, go crazy. Here's why. Pinterest Stories give you more reach than any other one of your posts organically. It's huge. I might see 10, 20, maybe 100 views tops on any given pin any given week. However, on Pinterest Stories, I'm averaging over 1,000 views per story. That has a lot of potential. There's a couple kickers. The first one being that you can't actually link to anything with Pinterest Stories. Yes, it's kind of a bummer because we all want it. We want you to go from Pinterest to our website. But as social media platforms are starting to learn, they're trying to keep your viewers in-app as long as possible. The point of Pinterest Stories is to create value, just like everything else. So while your audience might not be going directly to your website, they're still going to see your name, your logo, your branding, and your value in one place to give them a little idea that maybe they should go check out your website. The most common way that people have been using Pinterest Stories is for do-it-yourself projects and recipes. They're really easy. Part of the feature even allows you to create a what you need list, like recipes for all the ingredients or the tools and supplies you're going to need for a DIY project. I personally have not been using it that way. I don't actually even include a list of things you'll need for my stories. My stories are focused on driving value. So I always come back to, what is my customer's pain point? What questions do they have? What answers can I give them in 4 or 5 slides? How can I quickly help them to grow their brands and connect with their audience? There's a lot of different ways that you can get creative and use the Pinterest Stories and see what works for your brand. It's new, it's in beta, so there's not a lot of firm answers of what is a do and a don't on here. So test the waters. Now, the thing you might not love about this is you can't schedule it. Just like pretty much all of the other stories that are out there, you do have to add it live. So this means that you need to be putting it into your calendar that you need to post to Pinterest Stories and create content. Ideally, if you could do it daily, that would be amazing. But I'm always for what amount of work is feasible for your life and feels good for your schedule. So if you only post it to Pinterest Stories once a week, twice a week, that's totally up to you. Test out different ideas and see what starts to work. I'm already starting to see trends of the type of content people want to see in the stories. Pinterest Stories has an easy way to design your slides in the app, or you can use something like Canva to really personalize your slides and upload them to Pinterest afterwards. How you choose to post to Pinterest Stories is completely up to you. But if you are trying to grow your Pinterest account and you know that your audience is on Pinterest, then you definitely need to be utilizing their stories. A few quick suggestions on what you could be posting include, as I said before, mentioning their pain points. What frequently asked questions does your brand get all the time? Focus on one question per set of stories. So you might have a question as the first slide, and the next 2 to 3 slides are answering that question. Another idea would be how to post to Pinterest Stories, or how to do a specific yoga pose, or how to clean your hat. All of those would be great ways to showcase who you are, what you do, your expertise, and add value to your audience. You can also highlight some of the information that you have in a recent blog post. At the end slide, you can always tell them to check out the link in your profile in order to get back to your blog. And lastly, you can also repurpose your stories from other platforms on Pinterest Stories. So there you have it. This is the latest and greatest with Pinterest. It's in beta, so you may or may not have it on your account yet. You can't schedule. You can create amazing graphics within the app. There are no links, but there is plenty of space for you to add value and show your customers that you're the expert and they need to trust you.